Hey, welcome back. I just put on City Beauty Plumping Lip Oil. I did my skincare. This is going to be a first impressions and a review of the Dani Beauty skincare from Five Below that I purchased just yesterday. So yesterday, just sitting around, you know, I sprayed the toner on. I'm like, okay, that feels okay. That feels cool. Well, not cooling, but it feels cool, meaning it felt okay. And so today when I got up, I used the cleanser and then I sprayed the toner. I let that sit for a little bit. And I used the Daily Moisturizer. I'm seeing like a... Do y'all see that when I hold stuff up? There's like a... It might just be me. This is the glycolic serum that's used at night. So I did use this before I went to sleep this morning. Yes, I'm nocturnal if you don't know. So I'm going to start this off by saying... For me, a dupe is seldom a dupe. Actually, for me, a dupe is never a dupe for whatever product I'm using. And these are supposed to be Drunk Elephant dupes. The moisturizer is this way. As far as the jar, you push it down, it pumps up. This is a dupe supposedly of the TLC Farmbrose glycolic serum. Same type of packaging with the colorful lid and just basic here. I do like the Drunk Elephant Jelly Cleanser. Their cap, I believe, is orange. And I don't use toners, but I'm like, let me just try the toner. So I don't have anything to compare this to Drunk Elephant or otherwise. And so yesterday after I washed my face, and I still do have eyeliner on. Last night is the live stream where I did the Stitch Cheetah look. That was a fun look. And so after I had washed my face, you know, I just let it sit. I didn't put anything on my face, none of my skincare. And then after a couple hours, I'm like, let me just spray the mist. This is Dewy Face Toner Mist, Hydrate and Refresh, Watermelon Extract, and Hyaluronic Acid. And I did look up online to see where the hyaluronic acid and the watermelon extract was, because if they're going to say, oh, this has this, where is it on the list? If it's near the bottom, it's likely not enough to even be effective. But it was like somewhere in the middle. And again, I don't have anything to compare this to because I don't use toners of any sort. But when I sprayed it on last night, like, it felt good. I let it sit. My skin felt soft. I did not have an allergic reaction to any of this. And that's not to say that if I continue using it, I would or not. The Drunk Elephant Protein Moisturizer Cream, used it one night fine, 2 nights fine. By the 3rd night, my face started to break out. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Gave it to my neighbor. She loves it. And so that's a good thing. But so as of right now, using these things once or twice, I have not had any bad reactions, which is always a bonus in my book. The toner, let me back up. So today, the Hydro Jelly Cleanser. The first ingredient is water, as it is with a lot of cleansers. This is watery, y'all. This is watery. The Drunk Elephant Gel Cleanser, and I do store it upside down because that's how it sits, you know what I'm saying? The Drunk Elephant Cleanser, even when I pick it up, pop it open, I still have to squeeze it out into my hand, and it kind of just stays there. So it is like a jelly consistency. And then, you know, put it on, everything is fine. This, when I opened it, it just ran out into my hand. And I'm just like, oh, wait, and I'm trying to catch it. It's extremely watery. And I said, I'll wash my face with it anyway. And because it was so much in my hand, I washed and my whole face just felt very slick. Not slimy, like the Sunday Riley cleanser. But it felt just very slick. And so I rinsed my hands and then I went back in. Rinsed my hands again, went back in, and it felt fine. So finished washing my face with this. And this says hyaluronic acid and glacier water in it. It says it's supposed to purify and hydrate. After patting my face dry, my skin felt dry. Like there is no moisture. There was no hydration. And it says on here you can use it to, you know, remove your makeup. I don't think that would work. I mean, well, not for my skin. It was just extremely watery. My skin was not irritated, but it felt dry. It felt dry. And I'm just like, okay, this is not good. So I started thinking, like, who can I send this to? Because I knew from that I would not use this again. But I paid $5 for it, and in my mind, it's not worth the cost of shipping it to anybody, unless and it does have some weight to it. It's 6 ounces, but I'm just like, do I want to spend $5-6 to mail a $5 product that the person may or may not like? I'll see if my neighbor wants to try it, but it's just very watery, and I'm just like, and it made my skin feel dry. I didn't feel like I had dry patches, but my skin just was not moisturized at all, and it felt dry, and I wanted to rewash it with one of my staple cleansers, and I said no, we're going to stick with Dani Beauty. And so I did spray my face after that with the Dewy Face Toner Mist, Hydrate and Refresh. This feels really good on my skin. And the only thing with a spray toner is, unlike me, if you're concerned with your hair, this will spray in your hair unless you just, spray, and spray. But I'm just, and so it was kind of, everywhere. And so I know, let skincare dry down a little bit before you put on the next thing and the next thing. And so I kind of went like this, and it was serum. It felt like it was a serum, and I could see it on my finger. I did spray quite a bit though, but it wasn't drippy, it wasn't sticky, it wasn't slimy. And I'm like, oh, so it really is there. And I think I did maybe 4 pumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever I did. But it felt really nice. And so I let it dry down. And I'm touching my skin, and my skin felt good. And so the toner would work after the moisturizer. If you just, the cleanser, if you just use the cleanser, for me anyway, my skin felt dry. But I put this on and it felt good. But because I know this dries out my skin, I'm like, that's not a keeper at all. For now, the Dewy Face Toner Mist is a keeper. My skin really did feel good. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll be using a toner now. Unless I start breaking out after like multiple days of using this. But yeah, the toner is a keeper. Will I continue using toner after that? I don't know. Like after this is finished, and this is 7 fluid ounces, and so I really don't know. But it felt nice. My skin felt moisturized. It didn't feel dry. I didn't have any patches. It didn't feel oily or anything like that. And so yeah, the toner is a keeper. Below $5. So next I put on the Daily Moisturizer, Brighten and Moisturize, Niacinamide and Vitamin C. And again, I did look on the internet to find where are those ingredients on the list. And I did not get the nighttime moisturizer. I forget if it was like rose water or rose. It was something in there that I know irritates my skin and my sinuses, and so it was like some type of floral extract that was in it. So I didn't get that one. And the reason I wanted to try this daily moisturizer, is because when I get up in the evening and I know I'm going to do a video that day, I wash my face, and all of my skincare is expensive. All of my skincare is expensive. And so I wash my face, eye serum, eye cream, vitamin C serum, another serum, and they all do different things. So y'all might be like, girl, why you put on 3 serums? They all target something different. And then, after the serums, let them sit, then moisturizer. And for wake up, I use the Dr. Dennis Gross moisturizer. It's supposed to blur, smooth lines, all of that stuff. And I've been wanting to try just a regular moisturizer, because when I'm putting all that expensive ass skincare on my skin, and skincare that's supposed to blur and brighten and this and that, and I know within an hour I'm going to do a makeup look, I feel like it's a waste. Like I'm using these awesome products, don't even know if it's brightening or blurring, because I'm putting on makeup an hour later. And so I wanted just a regular moisturizer just to put on when I know after I do my skincare within an hour or so I'm going to do a makeup look. And so that was why I wanted to try this. For me, and I do like the pop up, and if it starts to not pump, it's an airless pump, you just take the lid off and it is in there. And the Drunk Elephant moisturizer is like that too. No, I pumped out, I did a full pump, which when I was using the Protini, I would only use like a quarter of a pump because a lot comes out. But for this one, I needed an entire pump. Not a problem. It's only $5. Not a problem, right? So a full pump And I'm looking at it like that doesn't look like a lot, but you know, I did the thing, put it all over, and I'm like, where is it? It didn't feel like anything on my skin. My skin didn't feel moisturized. It didn't feel any softer. It just felt the same as when I sprayed the toner mist. And so I'm like, maybe I need more. So I pushed it down all the way again, scooped it off, put it on my face. And my face, this doesn't make a difference. So it says brighten and moisturize. My face is not moisturized, and actually right now my forehead is feeling dry. My cheeks feel okay. This feels okay. My forehead, this area feels dry. So this isn't it. And I could have went in a third time, but I'm just like, girl, why are you forcing it? It's not awful. It has a very light fragrance to it, and I think all of this stuff is supposed to be fragrance free, but just by nature of whatever ingredients are in it, sometimes it's going to have a scent to it. It doesn't smell medicinal like some skincare does, and it's just like, why does this smell like old lady's medicine cabinet? Like, it doesn't smell like that. The scent is not overbearing for any of these products, but this did not moisturize my skin. I don't have dry skin. I don't have oily skin. To me, it's just regular skin. I do have sensitive skin, and sensitive skin can be oily or dry or neither or both. But this is a no for me, dog, just because it didn't do anything. And excuse me, I did think for a moment to still just put it on before I do a makeup look, but then like our makeup sometimes reacts a certain way according to the skincare products that we used. And so I was thinking, okay, if I use this instead of using my expensive moisturizer, because I know I'm going to do a look in about an hour, I'm thinking my makeup won't sit right because my skin is feeling borderline dry. My forehead is definitely dry. And so then it's like, is my primer going to sit right? Is the foundation going to sit right? Is my skin going to end up looking patchy under the makeup? That type of thing. And so that's what made me decide this is also a no. And this is 4 ounces. It's a lot of product. So I will just see if my neighbor wants to try these. Because I don't want to put more money into these products. So for the 2 of these was $10. It might take $4, $5, $6 to ship it because of the weight. And I'm like, I don't want to put more money into these products, even though they are inexpensive. If it was something like Drunk Elephant, Dr. Dennis Gross, Peter Thomas Roth, like, yeah, I'm gonna send that to somebody because it's expensive and it's worth it to me to ship it. But so these two are no, extremely watery. If you've tried these products, please comment below because things work different for different people. So please leave below. And as I started in the beginning, I said dupes are seldom a dupe for me, and actually dupes are never dupes for me. Never. Never. When e.l.f. came out with the Power Grip Primer, I'm like, ooh, that's cheaper than the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Y'all, that e.l.f. primer dried the heck out of my skin. So I still have the Milk, and I actually have Milk Primer also in my kit. But dupes are never dupes for me. But then I have sensitive skin, and my skin is, you know, a tad bit bougie. But if you have used any of the Dani beauty products from Five Below, they're also sold on Amazon and they're sold somewhere else. If you've ever tried any of the Dani beauty products, please down below leave what your experience has been with them, because I'm just one person and everything doesn't work the same for everybody. And so I'm sure, you know, there's somebody that this has worked for, and even looking at the reviews, like some people love it, some people were like, no, that didn't work for me. And so that's that. And again, the toner is a keeper. And dare I say that my skin only feels somewhat okay here because of the toner, even though my forehead is feeling like extremely dry after I moisturized it twice. So yeah, so the jelly cleanser and the moisturizer are not keepers for me. Before I went to sleep, after I washed my face, and when I try products, I only try one new product at a time. So if my face does have a reaction, I'll know what it is. And so it was chancy using the cleanser, the toner, and the moisturizer. But you see my skin, and I know I'm still gorgeous. Like, look at my skin. And so I'm not going to mess that up with that stuff. I am not. So before I went to sleep this morning, I washed my face with my regular cleanser, and I did a double cleanse as I always do after I take off or remove makeup. But you still see I have some eyeliner under here. I didn't care. Judge me. It's all right, because it's like, make sure you get all your makeup off. I understand. I understand. And so for me to have sensitive skin and leave that, y'all are just like, girl, why? I hear you. I don't always make sense. So before I went to sleep, wash my face like I normally do. and I said I would try this Glow glycolic serum. Glycolic acid is an AHA, which is an alpha hydroxy acid, and I think also BHA, depending. And I do, and the Frumbose, the TLC Frumbose serum from Drunk Elephant, you know, glycolic acid period is AHA or BHA or both. And so I didn't use that. Cleanse my face, and I only put this on by itself. I wanted to see what it was going to do. It felt okay going on, and it has a slight fragrance to it. It's not overbearing, it's not overpowering, it doesn't smell, floral, it doesn't smell medicinal. Very light scent, and it does say on here what's not, but I don't know what the symbols mean. I think it does say no, I'm not even going to say no fragrance, because I don't know. Yeah, it says no fragrance, or it says fragrance free, but again, just by nature of whatever ingredients in here is going to have a scent. And it also has vitamin C in it. And so I did look on the list to see where on the list is glycolic acid and where on the list is vitamin C. For Drunk Elephant, what I like is it tells you the percentage of the glycolic acid. This doesn't say. And it was like midway to lower down on the list. The vitamin C was like in the middle of the list according to my faulty memory. And it felt okay going on. It didn't feel like, oh wow, this is great. It feels thinner than the Drunk Elephant TLC Frumbose serum, which is their glycolic serum. So right away I noticed it was a formula difference. I'm guessing this has more water in it. I'm just guessing, I don't know, but it was a more liquidy formula, but not liquid where it was just running out of the bottle like this, or when I pumped it, it wasn't running down. Like this. Leave your comments below on that if you've tried it. And my skin felt okay. And again, I didn't put anything else on, no other serums, no moisturizers. I did still do my eye cream thing because this doesn't go under your eyes. And my skin felt okay. It didn't feel, it's a lot lighter than the Drunk Elephant one, which I'm used to. And so I thought, okay, well, since I don't know how much glycolic acid is in this one, I'll just double up with this one and then put the Drunk Elephant on, or put the Drunk Elephant on first and then put this on. But now I'm thinking about it, just like, why? Like, and so I'll think on that, because do I need more AHA, BHA? So I'm making a decision right now. This would be a keeper if I didn't have the Drunk Elephant. And as I said, I did think to just double up, use the Drunk Elephant and use this one, because both of them you use before you go to sleep. You don't use them in the daytime because of the acid that's in it. But now I'm thinking, just see if my neighbor wants to try all three of these and see if they work for her, versus me just doubling up just because this on its own, it felt like it wasn't enough. And it may be that I'm just used to the consistency of the Drunk Elephant one. It may be that. Excuse me. And that may be why I like the toner. I have no comparison for a spray toner. So I don't have any comparison for that. I don't use toners on me at all, except sometimes when I'm doing my makeup, depending on what I'm doing, I will use one of the Mayron toners, but just for regular, and that's before makeup. And so after skincare, after I cleanse my face, I never use a toner. And maybe that's why I like this. I don't know. Again, if you've tried any of these products, the glycolic serum, the toner mist, the jelly moisturizer, or the hydro jelly cleanser, please leave your experiences below so that people aren't just hearing what I'm saying. They're hearing what I'm saying and reading what your experience was too, because it may make or break somebody trying these, even though they're only $5 each at Five Below. So this would be a keeper. And again, I did not have any adverse reactions to any of this stuff, which is always a bonus for me. My skin didn't feel dry. It felt a tad dry. The consistency is different. It is thinner and lighter than the Drunk Elephant one. But I felt the difference in how it pumped out. If I felt the difference doing this, I felt the difference of it on my face. If you're not already using a glycolic serum, then I would recommend this. I forget the percentage that's in the Drunk Elephant one, but sometimes different acids, inactives in your skincare, if you're not used to those things, your skin may be like, what the hell is this? Like, no, or it may dry your skin out, or you may have some, you know, some other type of adverse reaction. And so I will say, if you don't use anything with AHA, BHA, or glycolic acid, I would recommend this, because I do think, because it's so thin, I do think this will be a nice gateway just to see how your skin handles the glycolic acid, wherever it is on the list, because it's not a lot. I am confident to say that. This would be a gateway to just see how your skin reacts to it, and if your skin reacts to it well, and if you do see benefits to using this, then graduate to Drunk Elephant, something that you can, it says this has 10% of this in it. You know exactly how much of whatever the target ingredient is that you are putting on your skin. So that's what I will say about this, is if you're not using any type of AHA or BHA, whether in cleansers, moisturizers, or serums, I do recommend you try this one, because it is very light, and I don't think, I take that back. I was going to say I don't think you'd have a reaction, but you won't know until you use it. But for $5, you know, I would say try it. If you already have AHA, BHA, or glycolic acid serums or creams that you use, I would say skip this one. I would say skip this one, because if you're using one, I take that as you like it and your skin likes it, so why bother? But so this isn't a bad product. My skin is just used to more, and the same with my moisturizers. Going to something that's thinner and that doesn't moisturize as much, my skin is like, girl, where's the other stuff at? So these are not bad products. They're just not. My skin is like, okay, but my skin is not like, yes, give me more. The other skincare products I use, my skin is like, yes, give me more, to the point of when I stop using something that I normally use, my skin acts up. It's like, bitch, bring that back. Like my skin, my skin is not happy. It's like, bring it back. And I'll be like, what did I do different? Oh, I ran out of that cream. Let me go get it. My skin will tell me something. And my skin now is telling me, we're okay, but we want that other stuff that you've been using. And so that's my first impressions and my review of Dani Beauty products. And some of y'all are saying, skincare, you're supposed to use, you know, 4 to 6 weeks or whatever to see a result. My skin, sometimes I don't notice a result until I stop using it, and then my skin is acting up, and I'm like, what happened? Oh, I stopped using that vitamin C serum. Guess I need to go get it. And then other things I use, like the Proteini Peptide Serum from Drunk Elephant, 20 minutes, I noticed a difference in my skin. So for me, and I don't know if it's because my skin is sensitive or not, but some stuff, my skin will break out. Like the next day I'll have bumps all over my face, or at least all over my forehead. And you see my forehead always has bumps on it ever since I was like in my 20s. There's always been something on my forehead. Or my skin will be excessively dry and I'll have dry patches. Or my skin will just be sensitive, or like when I smile, this feels really dry and like it's cracking up, kind of like what it's doing now. When I smile, I can feel it. Like this is not moisturized in here. Like it's not. And then there's other products, like I said, the Peter Thomas Raw vitamin C serum. I used it. I used the whole bottle. This was eons ago, and I didn't notice the difference. I see my face every day. I don't notice the difference. And when I ran out, at that time it was $98. Now it's $105. I ran out and I'm like, oh, I just won't get it. Y'all, after like 2 or 3 days, my skin felt so dry and tight. And I'm like, what did I do different? That damn serum. That's the only thing I had stopped using. So thankfully, Ulta was having a sale. And so I purchased it. And my skin was like, hey girl, we back. How you doing? And so even though y'all are like, girl, you use some of these once or twice and you already have a review. Yeah, my skin is giving me my review. And so I just wanted to say all of that to say, even though it wasn't a lot of time, I already know. My skin knows, and my skin talks to me. And so that's my review on these products. Again, they're not bad. My skin just needs more than what this is offering. I will say this also for the moisturizer. If you have a young teenager and, you know, they're wanting, you know, moisturizer or whatever, I think this will work depending on their skin type. For me, this did not moisturize at all. Excuse me. So I don't know who this is for, but for $5, I say give it a try. I don't not recommend the toner mist because I don't have a comparison, but I will say that my skin likes it. we'll see over the next few days if my skin starts to break out, and if it does, I'll know that it's this, because this will be the only new thing that I'm using, and it does have watermelon extract in it and hyaluronic acid in it. Sometimes my skin has an adverse reaction to hyaluronic acid, and other times it don't, and my conclusion is it depends on how much is in that product. So, but for now, this is the only keeper. I'll see if my neighbor wants to try these other things, and if I remember, I will report back on what her thoughts were, if she liked it or not. But yeah, please, down below, I know I keep saying it, but it is very important. If you have used any of these or anything from Dani Beauty, from Five Below, leave your thoughts down below. Let's help each other out. Skincare is an investment, I believe. It is an investment. And so, you know, let us know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of this review of these products. Let me know if you think you'll try any or whatevs. Or what your go-to cleansers, serums, moisturizers, toners are. So that'll be it for this video. Thank you for being here, and you'll see me soon.